All right, everybody, we're back. Another episode of the Don't Know podcast with Louis Vinco. How are you guys? It's been like a week since I've talked to you guys, and like I said, I was gonna cut my hair, so now my hair is shorter. And yeah, we're here. It's Sunday. Oh, well, I guess actually it's Monday. I'm losing track because I had just gotten out of work, and there's so many lights hitting my eyes. We're gonna go incognito mode. Anyways, so I just got out of work and it is 4:40 in the morning. And honestly, I don't know. Today was just exhausting. I'm doing these. I got right after work. I decided I was gonna do this podcast, and because I didn't go to the gym after, but that's because I went to the gym in the morning, so that made up for it. And as far as like what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is, I don't know if you guys remember, but way while back, early days of the podcast, we would talk about movies. I would talk about just interesting movies that had come up, and honestly, this year has been honestly a very impressive year for cinema. If you guys actually like pay attention, you got fucking what just came out. You got the Black Panther movie that just came out. That was really good. I talked about that in a previous episode, but that one was really good. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Even if you haven't seen the first one, I think you'll really understand it. And that was like the crazy thing that I was thinking about the other day. I was thinking, like, if I wasn't such a Marvel fan, as it goes to show by my fucking sweater, but if I wasn't a Marvel fan, I don't know. So there's some movies that I probably wouldn't understand, like Thor. I was not a big fan of Thor because it was just too cliche. Like, everything was just like written over and over, but this was just like very excessive and over the top. And even though as cool of a bad guy as Noel is, or wait, it wasn't Noel. I don't remember his name. The God Butcher, whoever, Christian Bale, Batman. he yeah, he did a good job. They just didn't give him any shit to do. We gotta expand the mind. Oh, and we're gonna pop open the cold one. This is just some mango drink I got, and I was waiting to open it with you guys, so I took off the label because fuck them. They gonna promote me, I'm promoting them. Anyways, so yeah, guys, this year of cinema, I don't know if you guys have paid attention, but like, for horror movies, you had Smile come out not too long ago. That one was honestly really like just uneasy. It was so like chaotic. It was just so intense. Like, it was creepy as fuck, honestly. And that one was really good. It kept you like at the edge of your seat, and at the end of the day, it made you think that a smile was creepy. So it did something good on that. And let's see. You also got, I don't know if you guys know this, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's like a really like indie, I guess it's indie, it's become a little bit more mainstream now, but there's a horror movie, and I recommend you guys watch this if you guys like horror movies, and if you guys like getting freaked the fuck out, this is like definitely for you guys. So anyways, The Terrifier, it's about this killer clown. Basically, his name is Art the Clown, and they don't give him any backstory, at least in Terrifier 1. I haven't seen the ones that came before that. I think there was some before that. I didn't see them, don't know them. I'm just talking about 1 and 2. And 1, he like just targets a couple girls, and honestly, like, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you guys need to look it up. Like, you look up like Terrifier 1. There's so many scenes. Look up woman skin scene. Like, that is intense. So this Art the Clown guy, he fucking skins this lady's chi-chis off her breasts, and he wears it, and he scalps her, and he wears it as a wig. He's fucking crazy. Like, it's so intense. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times maybe. And that's only because it's like so interesting to watch. Like, just to see not only what they can get away with, but also like what is allowed, you know? And it's also like a good thing to see how far it can get pushed. There's also another movie. This one didn't come out this year. I'll get to more of those in a sec. But if you guys like horror, you guys need to watch Green Inferno. Green Inferno, that shit is disgusting. I don't know if you guys have seen it. And if you guys like gory movies, like nasty, just blood everywhere, and like a good story at least, y'all need to go see Green Inferno. Y'all need to look up, watch. I think it used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is. But Green Inferno, basically, just to sum it up, this isn't the whole movie. I'm just gonna sum it up like really quick, really brief. This group of college students goes out and is trying to protest the cutting down of the Amazon rainforest, so they tie themselves to trees over there, and everything goes as they planned. They got their coverage or whatever, and then on their way back to the Americas and to their home, as their fucking plane is heading home, it crashes, and it just so happens to crash in the middle of a fucking so I thought I saw something moving out there. Might as well lock the door. But anyways, the plane crashes, and it just so happens to crash in the middle of a fucking cannibalistic tribe. So now imagine that. And of course, they go after the fucking fattest guy first. And I'm just gonna tell you guys, like, this might be graphic, so like if you guys are like sensitive to that, don't watch this. But Green Inferno, like, when they skin that fat dude, or when they eat him, the shaman or like the god lady there, she fucking digs the eyeballs out and eats them, cuts off the tongue, eats them, and then they just take them away, cut them up into pieces, and little kids are fucking fed for days. And that's the crazy part about this movie, is like these little kids everywhere getting involved in all that shit. And so if you guys like crazy outgoing movies like that, I would recommend. And now that we're in the subject of movies, if you guys want to know something about me, is I love movies. Like you guys hear the ones I'm talking about now, like a lot of you might not have heard of it. And if you guys like horror, for those at least, there's more, but yeah, you should definitely try that out. And anyways, on to Terrifier 2, because we were only at the first one. If you didn't think that shit was nasty, Terrifier 2, basically everybody's fucked. And when I first went to go watch this movie, I was so fucking high. Like, I was so high, and that movie is so intense that the moment I walked out of the theater, like, I had forgotten like 90% of the movie. And there's one specific scene that like makes me cringe, and it hurts, like, even just watching it. And the worst part about this movie is, no matter, I'll tell you guys what like the scene is about, but no matter how much pain they go through, and y'all can look it up if y'all think I'm lying, but no matter how much pain they go through, they don't die, which is the worst part. They're like skin and bone, and they're not dying. Anyway, so Terrifier 2, there's a scene where Art the Clown, he basically comes in, and he ends up in a house somehow. I don't remember whose it is or what, but there's some girls there, and he ends up like killing them eventually. But before he kills them, he gets to one of them, and he literally skins like her back, like literally, like takes a knife, cuts it open, and it just and then you just see like blood everywhere, and he's scalped her, and then you see him leave the room, and he doesn't come back for a bit. And when he comes back, he brings back bleach and he brings back salt. He pours the bleach all over her with the bare fucking open back as she's scalped. And she's like begging for mercy. I'm telling you, she's not dying. She doesn't die. Nobody dies in this movie until they're absolutely, utterly fucked. And anyways, so in that scene, after it all, like, after he ends up like killing everybody and stuff, honestly, the story is like, y'all need to watch it a couple times because I've watched it twice and I still don't understand it yet. So, but it's good. Like, if you guys like horror movies, you should watch that one. This mango drink, it's really good. I think I remember hearing somewhere that mango increases your high. Maybe bullshitting. I'm not a fucking dentist, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see what else. Let's move on from horror for a bit. I recently went to go watch Creed 3, and man, that movie was really good. If you guys don't know it, it's like, it follows the story of like, well, just a continuation of all the Rocky movies. And if you're anything like me, or if you have a similar background like me, you know your dad always watched those shits. Your dad was always putting them on thinking he was Rocky. And so Creed 3, that one is really good. It was directed by Michael B. Jordan, the guy who plays Creed, Apollo Creed's son. And basically he finds out that like his homie that was put in jail. Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert before I continue. But honestly, spoiler alert now for whatever, because I don't know like what you guys, I don't know how far back I need to address a fucking spoiler. Because what if like a movie came out in 1990 and you just haven't seen it, but I mean it's in fucking 1990, so anyway, I'll just use that as my own discretion. But anywho, so his homie was put in jail because there was a fight and he pulled out a gun on a couple cops and he ran, but the homie didn't, and he spent 18 years in jail. He came back and he says a desire to fight, and he basically tells him, hey man, give me a shot, because this dude is already like top fucking dog in boxing. And he's like, nah man, you know I can't do that, like you don't even have a record, you don't even have fights. And he's like, well, isn't that like what happened to you? Because if you watch Creed 1, like they show that although he was rich, he just wasn't happy in like an everyday office job. And the mom like kind of disowned him for a sec because of that decision. And he moves, finds Rocky, and then eventually, like I said, becomes a champ. And this dude, man, he's played by Jonathan Majors. I believe that's his name. He just came out in Kang, the new Ant-Man movie. And we'll get to Ant-Man in a sec, because there's been a lot of fucking hate of Ant-Man, Quantumania, and that shit. That's bullshit. I don't remember what fucking rating Rotten Tomatoes got it. And I'm not saying this is a credible source. Like, don't believe me at all. But every once in a while, I do like to check just to see where everybody's heads are at. And come on, y'all. Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all gave Thor, I don't remember how much higher, but if you really watch that movie again, you're not gonna tell me that you like it, because it is not that good. Ant-Man, though. You got fucking Kang, which is that guy, Jonathan Majors. And back to Creed, sorry for a sec. He plays that dude, and he plays him so well because he's just tough. And honestly, it was just kind of cool to see like a movie like that where even though he spent 18 years in jail, he only had one goal and still managed to complete it. And I won't bore you guys with the story, but if you guys like movies like that, like continuation movies or like boxing movies, that one's good. It has a unique style of visuals for the boxing as well. I don't know, Michael B. Jordan said in an interview that he was was going to experiment with using like a lot of anime, and I think you could definitely see like the anime inspiration. And whether it's good or bad, I don't know. Like, I'm not the right person to judge. Personally, I would say that I didn't hate it. It was its own unique thing, but who knows, like, if that's the way to like show actual boxing, you know? Because everything was so fast paced, you know. In the movie, all you hear is fucking over and over, just so fast, and you just see punch after punch, and like it does a really good job of like guiding you through the action, but still, you know, nobody wants to be hearing. And I guess along with that, while we're in the topic of boxing, I'll go back to Ant-Man here in a sec for all my Marvel fans. I think that, like, days like this, actually, I was having an idea, and I guess you guys can let me know what you guys think, but I'm thinking of having, like, Marvelous days where we just think of Marvel movies, like, or just talk about it, discuss it, because I watch videos and, like, read theories, and some of them I'm like, that makes sense. And then some of them are like, are you fucking serious? And the craziest part is that most of the time, like, I don't even know which one turns out to be true, you know? It's either the crazy one or the dumb one. Sometimes the dumb one is good. I'm not like dissing it, but I'm just saying. So yeah, I'm thinking of just doing like some Marvelous Day shit. I don't know, like, just an idea in my head. I guess we'll plan it further out. But back to what I was talking about. On the topic of fighting, we saw this fucking weekend the GOAT, motherfucking John Jones, take down Cyril Gane, and it's crazy. He beat him in the first round in like the first 2 minutes. I think it was like 2 or 3. But that just goes to show you that maybe it was even like the pressure of it all, but he really is, like, without a doubt, one of the greats, because he's been able to dominate so much, and the one loss we saw was because of that fucking sus elbow. You know, who knows whether it was legal or not, but yeah, you know, like, if DC can get away with holding the towel, why not can fucking John Jones get away with little fucking, well, I guess one's fighting, so that makes sense. Who knows? I'm not the right person. But anyways, I just thought it was cool. I watched this, like, if you guys see UFC Embedded or like the countdown on YouTube, it's cool to like see how they live for a sec, even if it's not true. And my boy David Goggins, if y'all know him, fucking, he went and gave him a pep talk and he won. So I just think it's crazy how, like, he said what he was gonna do, and he just set out and did it regardless of the weight, which is pretty cool. So anyways, back to what I was talking about with fucking Ant-Man Quantumania. Honestly, I went in there and I didn't go in there with like high expectations. Neither did I with Black Panther, but like I said, that was discussed in the before videos, so you'll probably look it up. But yeah, I didn't expect it to be like good or anything, but then right away you walk in, you see Ant-Man, and he's like getting his life together and shit, and then boom, like just literally, this is like a spoiler alert. I'll try it not to make it so many spoilers, but if you haven't seen it, I think this will give you hopes. If you thought the MCU was dying, I think this would give you hopes to like just see it better, you know. And speaking of which, in the movie you actually see a Pharaoh version of King, which is the villain. And if you guys don't know King, like I've said before, he's just like the Rick and Morty of the MCU. He just does whatever he wants because he can travel universes and galaxies and has lived through life and time, and yeah, it's a whole rambled mess. And here's the thing that I think like Marvel like kind of sucks at, is like hyping up the characters, because I saw this post on Instagram that said It was like a picture of King, and next to it, the caption or just something that the picture said was Thanos level threat. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, there's no way. This dude is nowhere near like strength. Like, they don't compare. Thanos is like this compared to fucking, you know. And what's crazier than that is just with these all like Marvel movies and the shows, it's getting really hard to like keep track. Personally, there's still some episodes here and there, some series that I haven't watched. It all started with WandaVision, and honestly, it got better and better as it went. I don't have much hate to say on the TV shows. Most of the time that I don't like them, it's not because they're doing something wrong, or it's not that it's not that it's bad, it's just that it's not for me. So you could love it, and we just don't, it's just not for me, But I guess with that being said, anyway, so in the movie of Ant-Man, we see a Pharaoh King, which is that Jonathan Majors character, which is a bad guy. And we see, if you have seen the show Moon Knight, which is the guy I'm wearing, and that show is good. I will say that one is good. There's a couple Marvel shows that slack a little bit, but that one is really good. It's really solid. As goofy as it was once you got towards the hippo, the ugly ass hippo, I think even then, like, it was still like so grounded in reality that as goofy as the character was, you're just kind of like, oh fuck, like what if I was there, like it just kind of gets you in that mindset, especially if you watch the whole thing. So that one's really good. We got Loki 2 coming out, which should be pretty good soon. Back to what I was saying about Thor. If you guys are Thor fans right now, it kind of sucks because they promised us this God Butcher guy, and then a whole bunch of fucking little Thors beat him at the end with just willpower, basically. And I guess that's cool and all. It attracts, a certain audience and keeps numbers and revenue up, I guess, and all that. What else? There's been a lot of good movies. Let me think of another. You got you got the Puss in Boots movie, that one. If you guys like are a fan of Shrek or anything, and you guys like just want to see some cool animation and a cool story and crazy characters, watch Puss in Boots. That movie is fucking gold. That movie is so good. It kind of just deletes everything we know about like Puss himself and puts up in such a vulnerable state, and the movie does such a good job in like captivating you in like his journey, and like when he's down and when he gets scared, there's a scene where the wolf comes in, and again, spoiler alert, there's a scene where Wolf Death, the fucking OP god basically of the Puss in Boots universe, comes in, this wolf, and he instills such a fear in Puss that he gets goosebumps. And every time that I saw that, it just made me get goosebumps, and it does it a couple of times, and it does it so good. And what's crazier to me is that a lot of these movies, like I would say quite a majority of them coming out and being released anytime soon, have to draw a big inspiration from something like Into the Spider-Verse, because a lot of them have like that certain style of animation now. Like, I don't know how you would describe it. I don't know if there's a name for it, but you guys know what I mean if y'all seen the movie. As far as that goes, Another movie that has came out, and I mean, I haven't seen it, but it's Cocaine Bear. That one has came out. Fucking, I guess it's based on a true story. There was another horror movie that came out this year. My friends and I went to go watch it. Oh, it was I don't remember. It was just some random, like, you know, those like old movies like Unfriended, like where they're just talking through like a computer message board the whole time. It was kind of like that. It was kind of boring, and yeah, I don't know. That one, I would say, has been a disappointment. That one's the only one that has been a disappointment. And let's see what else. I'm just telling you guys, this year surprised me by like the quality of cinema and just how much effort it seems everybody's putting into these days, into their movie, into their craft. And if you're out there and you're lost and you have no idea what to do, just know that everybody's right there with you and nobody knows where to start. But if you don't start, then, you know, where's the end? What's the goal? So anyways, moving on from that, let's see what other movie we got. Let me think of the ones that I've seen. I don't think I've seen a lot, actually. At least not this year. I mean, you got Shazam coming out, but that shit is crazy. And you got The Flash, which is even crazier because the guy who plays The Flash has been going off all crazy, and he's been like kidnapping people, and he's been fucking, I don't know if he had his way with them. I don't want to speak out of line, but it's really like harmful, you know. So I guess, I don't know, if you ask me like what could be done about like a subject like that, and I would say that if you're like in a situation where it's abusive or it's toxic, the best way to get out and try to just reestablish some kind of like normality in your life. Oh my god. Sorry, I accidentally turned on the wipers. I guess if like you've been in a situation that it's toxic, like I said, or just very harmful in a way to you, I think you really have to reevaluate as to like where it can end up. And for one, not only like where it can end up for you if you don't try, and where it can end up for you if you do try. And sometimes, as difficult as it is, it turns out better than we expected, I would say. Every time we get excited about something, we try to like lower our emotions to it, but you know, you're really only happy for yourself, so why even try to, you know, keep on a straight face when you don't even have to? And that's like a thing that I feel is going on a lot. There's a lot of weak people out there taking control of other weak people, even more weak people that are very vulnerable, that have like a certain defect or some need, and they're trying to take over. But anyways, right now, currently, I am sitting out at 5 a.m. outside a lake by my house. And let me just tell you guys, this lake is fucking disgusting. When I was a kid, we'd come down here, and I don't remember there being so much fucking duck and bird shit piling up along the outsides. And it's just not fun. Like, I think before it had a certain vibe to it, and so far not anymore. But every once in a while I like to come here and get a big deep breath of what's going on. I used to do it a lot, and honestly, if you need an escape from anything and you feel like life is tying you down, I think you owe it to yourself to try to be better than that, you know, if somebody's putting you down like that. And I don't know. There was a video that my brother sent me of this guy who is getting picked up into like a wrestling match, and he slammed him like kind of scrunched, like if this was the mat, he just kind of, you know. And in the video, you hear the snap, da, and he just goes limp immediately after. And I guess that guy got paralyzed from snapping his neck during a wrestling match. And what's even crazier than that, and I know for sure, like, you guys might not know this because not a lot of people know this. But if you're a WWE fan, and even if you're not, you can look it up. But there's a guy in the WWE whose name is Kurt Angle. And not a lot of people know this, but he used to be like a legit wrestler, like he was in the Olympics. And there was a point where during the Olympics, or I don't remember, yeah, it had to be during because he continued. During the Olympics, he broke his neck and somehow continued to fight through, push through the pain and everything, and he ended up being a gold medalist. So I don't know. I think in situations like that, or I guess the moral of that and why I bring it up is just like a lot of us are so busy every day, you know. Not a lot of us have like a day to just reassess. And I'm not talking about a rest day or like a day to fuck off and be a pussy. I'm talking about like a day where we reevaluate what's going on and like be better towards whatever we have going on. And I don't know. I've noticed that my flexibility has increased like tenfold. I don't know. Maybe even then that's an understatement, but it's increased quite a lot. I used to have constant hip pain, and now I have nothing. I don't know. I'm not trying to preach anything, or like I'm not trying to say what I'm doing is right, because here's the crazy thing, guys. This has never happened to me, and I don't know how concerning this is. Maybe you guys could leave it in the comments whether this is good or bad. But when I was at the gym earlier in the morning, I went to the sauna right after working out, like usual. And if you know anything about me, here's a little background. I used to wrestle in high school, and I was those dudes who always had to cut weight. So the sauna was my best friend. And keep in mind that when I went to the sauna, I fucking went to the sauna because I was wearing 3 hoodies, 2 shirts, 7 sweats. Like, it was just clothes upon clothes upon clothes. And the reason we did that is because I guess they wanted to show me like what it's like. And I guess the thing is, so anyways, I like going in the sauna after working out, and my background is from wrestling. So in the sauna, I've been there so many times. I've been sweating, I've been crying, I've been dying in there, I've been bleeding. And as difficult as it is, I still managed to go every day. But today I think I just stayed in there a little too long, and I got so dehydrated, even though I was drinking water in there to look good enough to like, or I guess just to keep myself hydrated, even though I was dehydrated. But anyways, so yeah, they were, oh shit, sorry, y'all fell. But anyways, I guess in a way it was just crazy, the fact that I was in the gym Stayed in the sauna for about an hour longer because I've stayed an hour and usually I don't have to throw up, so I'm assuming it was longer than an hour. I'm competitive to the point where anybody new that walks in, my goal is to beat them and leave after them. But anyways, so after that, I got out because I was feeling kind of sick, and I was like, well, I just need to get out of here, then I feel better. And I was changing, and in the middle of it, I was like, oh yeah, I feel so dizzy, I feel gross, I want to puke. I got in the stall, and you guys aren't gonna believe it, but I've never had this happen. I just threw up cold water. Just cold water. And I guess eventually, like after the first throw up or two, you know, like the first go arounds, the first waves, the second waves, you kind of even out, and then you see like just like that little bit that separates you. So yeah, I guess I don't know if that is concerning. I don't know how concerning that is. I don't know if just a pokey fluke heals it or, but I don't know, I guess it doesn't matter. So there was just something about throwing up this water, you know. And what's crazy that is I didn't feel bad. And the night before I had fucked up a pizza. There was 3 slices left of the pizza. And I can't believe I just had nothing in my stomach, like enough to throw up. So this is me 4 or 5 months into working and going to the gym every day. I don't know how tired I look. I don't know what day it is. I'm just playing with y'all, but yeah, through it all, you guys have been crazy. You guys have been here, and I'm trying to put these out more, and it seems like this one's just gonna be a little short and sweet one. But I guess another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is today I was with my nephew, and I just noticed that his voice had changed. Like it had just gotten quieter or something. Like it just wasn't him. And I think if you live around kids, there's always that point where you're like, oh yeah, like you ain't the kid I knew before. And something like that kind of like has power, you know. Something like that has major power. To be like, I don't want to be that anymore. That takes courage. And as long as, I guess, we have a goal and we want to attack it firmly, regardless of what it is, because I don't like the same shit you like and you don't like the same shit I like. I think that my windshield is cracked. Oh, that's another thing that I wanted to tell you guys about and mention. I was just fucking around, but yeah, over the winter it's been snowing. Oh, it's actually snowing right now. But it just cracked, and now it just keeps going and going, and I'm kind of concerned. So any help would be nice. Hopefully I get it fixed soon, and yeah. I didn't have that much to say today. This was mostly about just keeping you guys updated, and so you guys can actually see I do the shit that I say, because I cut my hair and everything, and yeah, I feel great. I haven't had my hair cut in it was like, I don't remember. It was just some hard ass fucking level, no? Well, regardless, so I was looking at my nephew, and something had changed about him. And I think like if you are surrounded with kids, you'll get to a point where you're like, oh yeah, this isn't my boy anymore, or this isn't my little girl anymore. And the thing about that is, like, when that day comes, keep mindful of it. Like, that day is gonna come, but whenever it comes, it happened for my nephew and it happened for my son. Like, I just hugged him and was like, man, I'm gonna miss you so much. Because, you know, they were so tiny, and like just holding them, and, you know, they give you strength. So I like to say goodbye to those phases of the little kids of my life, and it's helped. And something like that, I think, would help anybody. And as fun as this was, you know, it's kind of tough not sleeping. So I think I'm gonna hit the hay. And it's been a fun conversation with y'all at 5 a.m. Thank y'all for listening to my ramblings, and we came up to a conclusion on this fucking Marvel videos and all those movies that I mentioned. This year has been a great year for movies. So every movie, I would say so far, at least check it out or read into it, and if you like it, then go for it. But yeah, if I'm leaving you guys with anything till next time, something I want to leave you guys with till next time is in what way would your little kid self say you've exceeded his expectations, and in what way of saying you've disappointed him, if you really look back? Because ultimately that's kind of what it is, you know. We just have to be okay with little kid selves, because our little kid selves were so innocent and, you know, just so sweet. But I want to leave you guys with that. And thank you guys always. Thank you so much. And I'm still here, you know. I'm still here kicking every day at the gym, every day at work. And like I said, my windshield cracked. Shit happens, and yeah. I hope that one day I can be, you know, some kind of inspiration or just something good in this world, especially the way things are now. I'm not the smartest guy to like discuss that, but I definitely know long words, and I know what those long words mean, and unfortunately it doesn't sound too good. But hey guys, we're gonna get through this. You know, we've gotten through everything before. Like, just think about how fucking overhyped the fucking carnivore virus was fucking, what was it? The coronavirus was fucking on. So, you know, what can we do? And as far as this was, I'll leave you guys with a goodbye. Till next time, I guess. You know, you guys are seeing me grow, and I'm seeing all you guys help me through it. So, like I said, thank you. And if you aren't sleeping now, or if you're gonna sleep later, sweet dreams, good night. But try to remember the last thought you have before going to bed, and that can usually help you. Try for lucid dreams. If not, you know, have different things happen. But other than that, I guess this has been fun. You guys can see these everywhere: Castbox, Spotify, you know, all the good stuff. And all my highlights and stuff, all the clips and stuff are on my Insta. That's at Don't Know Podcast. They're also on Facebook at Don't Know Podcast. They're everywhere. Y'all will see them, and hopefully y'all will see them, you know, soon, because I want this so bad. And I love all you guys. So we'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody.